What's up, guys? I'm Courtney.
And I am Daniel.
And welcome back to Beautifully Nasty. It's been like 7 years.
7 years. 7 years. And, what's that song? 7 years.
Once I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a while. Why is that?
Oh, man. All right. Okay. We're really going to break it down in this episode, what has really happened since we've last talked to you guys. But we also are going to talk about a bunch of other random nonsense. But I will start off by giving out some good news. Me and Daniel, at our job, we got a promotion.
Yeah.
That is a very big deal to us.
We're getting paid $70 an hour.
And we only work like 1,000 hours. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah.
But no, we've been so busy with getting promoted and everything that it has taken up a lot of our time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about work, what we do or where we work or anything like that. Guidelines have been set. But we do take a lot more responsibility now than we did before. So our attention has to be taken to that specific job.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We kind of like, it was a blessing to both of us, but we kind of felt like we were thrown into the water and we're trying to teach ourselves how to swim.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of overwhelming at times. We're good now.
Yeah. Like we've got it down a lot better now.
We're good now, but that was majority of our energy was towards that, and
yes.
We couldn't do this and the podcast. I think we'll drive ourselves crazy.
Yeah, like we were
honestly.
we kept talking about it back when we did get the promotion, which was around like April, right? I think it was.
Something, yeah. Late spring.
So we had talked about how we wanted to do the podcast again, and we didn't know anything about these promotions or anything like that. We were just like, okay, let's get back into the podcast. Let's do our own thing. Let's, continue doing our lives. And then out of nowhere, bam, hey, Daniel, Courtney, promotion. And we were like, oh, dang, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can't do the podcast anymore for a little bit. We were going to eventually get back on track, but like he said, we really did have to focus on getting used to our positions where we were at and what we were doing. And like he said, it was like being thrown into water without being, taught how to swim. But like I said, we are better now. And I have to say we have changed a lot since the last time you guys saw us.
We got flowers now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that.
We got lights.
We got lights. This took forever. A lot of frustration. But we got it.
You guys probably remember last episode we had a guest, Christopher Woolley, right?
Yeah.
By the way, Christopher Woolley, you're the bomb. Shout out to you for being our first guest. But yeah, he kind of made us realize that the mic stands we had were just way too big. Yeah. We're like, no, we can't do this. It's all up in our face.
We got new mic stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually what happened was our bigger mic stands had a baby. So we just adopted the mic stands.
We basically...
Had
we
twins.
are like the off-brand of Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning. They're way better looking.
Yeah, she's Rot and I'm Lonk.
Yeah. We don't taste foods, but
it's Bad Realistic Afternoon.
All I gotta say is I got a mug and I'm gonna use it. But
that's Doctor Who. Shout out to Doctor Who.
Heck yeah. But anyway, so not only did we get a promotion, guys, we also have had a lot of like major changes in like our personal lives. I'm not going to break into that. I'm not going to go too in detail with it.
I got married.
He even found out he had a kid he never knew. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I got married. I didn't even know it till the week after.
How was that? Like, did you like?
I woke up and I felt like something around my finger, and I looked and it was like a ring, and then I noticed in my contact says wife.
Really? No thing that says wifey?
No, not wifey. It was wife.
Because like sometimes that can get misconstrued with Wi-Fi.
Maybe it was I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi.
See, I mean, it could have been just a couple of drinks in. You got a little confused with the Wi-Fi with it being your wife.
I think it was, but I'm not married.
We both got, well, I mean, he's getting his, but I got a tattoo. My very first tattoo. Okay, this is funny. I got my first tattoo, and then a week later, I got another tattoo. Yeah, I'm pretty, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm rebellious. So, guys, if you have a Harley and you have a leather bike, meet me in the Food Lion parking lot. We will be there fair and square.
Does it have to be Food Lion?
Yeah, it's got to be Food Lion.
It has to be the Food Lion on 501 because that's where all the bikers go through.
Well, it can't be Walmart because there's just like too many people like begging for money. So if I go out there, they may take my leather jacket.
Yeah.
that's a chance I'm not willing to take at all.
Well, here's the thing. I'm getting a tattoo. I really want a Triforce right here. The Triforce.
I think that's going to be sick.
Crest, like the eagle wings and everything. Mm-hmm. I want that. But if you guys have any idea what my tattoo should be,
yes,
let me know.
Put it down in the comments below.
Yeah, do that.
I so want to see you guys like come up with a whole nother tattoo for him because he is like been literally thinking about this for like ever.
Yeah.
But he has to think by December because that's his Christmas present for me.
Yeah,
so
by December.
He's got to do it.
By December.
We have also adopted. It's like I'm talking about kids. We have adopted like a whole like group of friends right now. So shout out to Tori. And
shout out to Bradley.
Yeah, they have become our best friends. So we've been spending a lot of time with making new friends and stuff. It's been really awesome. I almost forgot what it's like to have a best friend. Holy crap.
I've never had a best friend.
Nah, don't even.
Never had a best friend.
How have you never had a best friend?
I've never had friends.
Okay, well, what about an imaginary friend? That has to be a best friend.
I went to school and I wore a hood over my head. Like, just like a pillow.
Well, there you go. That's your problem right there.
And I just went around school, and no one knew who I was, so I went home, and I did nothing. And no one knew who I was at all. My goal was to not have friends.
Wow. That sounds like a really sad, depressing life right now. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But no, I mean, we have gained
I was joking. Yeah, I've had friends. I've had friends before.
He acts like as if I'm not standing right here or sitting right here.
But you got like 10 million people here watching us.
Yeah, we hope that's 10 million people. That's like 10 million people clicking on the like freaking video and going, yeah, no.
Have you seen
these guys are so lame.
Have you seen that video of Adam Sandler and he was doing stand up in like the 80s and he was making a joke about, man, if I was rich, and people are like, oh, he just predicted that he's going to be rich and famous.
What? No, I haven't seen that.
You haven't? I feel like that moment right there when I joked about 10 million views.
Oh, almost like it was like that moment.
I feel like we're foreshadowing. And
hey, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm not going against that. So if that happens, future Courtney, look back on this video.
And this video right here will be a landmark. Well, not a landmark, a milestone.
I was like a landmark.
We're gonna have this video playing on every billboard.
When you go into every state and it's like, welcome to North Carolina, welcome to this and that. It's just going to be like our faces right there on the billboard.
A landmark.
Welcome.
Maybe that's foreshadowing too. Maybe we'll be so successful, we'll buy our own city.
Maybe we'll be so successful that we'll buy our own tattoos.
Really?
That's a hint to you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. Another little update. This one probably already came to no surprise. But me and Daniel found out that we're related.
Really?
Shut up.
Yeah, not a sponsor, but Ancestry.com.
Yep.
We spat in a tube and they played with our spit.
Wow.
And we found out that we share a lot of DNA. Well, Ancestry says we're fourth cousins, but the thing is we're third.
Okay,
right?
So when we first started doing it, it's funny how we like discovered it. But, like, overall, I gotta say that it came up and it said, like, third cousins. My mom would not believe it. She was like, nah, you're not third cousins, no. It's gotta be, like, way down the line. And I'm like, no. Like, it says it on Ancestry that we're third cousins.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah. And she's on the phone. Like, I'm literally looking at the page and she's on the phone. She doesn't understand. I don't know. But my mom was very shocked about finding out she had more family, which was really cool. I really liked seeing my mom be very excited, like, that she actually has more family. So that was really cool. But me and Daniel, we freaked out, didn't we?
Yeah. So, okay, this is how it went. I was on Ancestry, and you can do your family tree for free on there. So I decided to do that as I was waiting for the DNA results. Right. And I think it was during St. Patrick's Day of this year. There was like a sale, like an Irish heritage thing. It was like 70% off. And I already told Courtney a long time before that. The next time they have a sale, I'm doing it. So they did the sale, and I did it. It was like, I think it was like, how much was it? $70 or something?
Yeah, it was something like $70.
Normally it's like
It's like $100, yeah.
120. Anyway, spat in the tube. Well, I had to wait for the kit to come in. But as I was doing that, waiting, I did the tree, and I did my mom's side of the family first. And I noticed in my grandfather's side, his grandfather, right?
Yeah.
It was his grave.
Yeah. Okay, so it was his brother.
His
it was
brother.
Your grandpa's, hold on. Oh,
well, he's still alive. It has to be a grave.
Oh, okay.
I think it was my grandfather's grandfather.
Oh, that's right.
Or my grandfather's father.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was like some kind of...
I think it was, let's say it was my grandfather's father. I saw his grave, picture of the grave on Ancestry, and I saw that it was submitted by a Barbara Ammons.
In case y'all didn't know my real name, it's definitely Barbara. Don't ever tell anybody.
And the thing is, I thought it was a glitch. I'm like, oh, we're friends on Ancestry. I thought it was a glitch. The thing is, we weren't friends on Ancestry. So it's like, how in the world? Why did you submit a picture of my grandfather's father's grave on Ancestry? What the heck? He's stalking me?
Yeah, it was weird.
And I messaged you, and I'm like, what the heck? What's going on?
Yeah, he's like, why is your name under like my grandfather's picture of his grave or whatever? And I was like, because that's my great uncle or something like that.
And when you sent me that message, I was freaking out.
He started drawing lines everywhere.
I think I was at work. Was I?
No. You were at your grandparents' house.
I was at that's right. I was at my grandparents' house, and they were freaking out too. And I was like,
he was like recording them, like telling him in the camera, like on his phone, telling him like, yeah, we were related to so and so, and it freaked me out even seeing that. I was like, oh my god.
I was looking at the tree and I was trying to, place it, and I was like screenshotting. I had like lines drawn, circled, arrows,
red lines just everywhere.
I don't know if you've seen that meme of the guy from Always Sunny. He has like a map, and he has red yarn everywhere, and he's like looking at that like all crazy.
He's just like,
when I went home, we have a TV in the living room and it's connected to a PC. When I went home, TV. I'm like, log in to Ancestry. I want to show you something. So I had like, I can't find anything, but I was like pointing at different what?
Nothing.
What?
You're just like away from the mic a lot.
They can hear me. They can hear me.
His excitement is taking over.
I'm a little too excited. So I was like pointing at like the TV, and I was like, okay, so you're related to me by this and this and this and this. We found out we're third cousins, and then we got the DNA results back, and it confirmed it, and it was surreal, and family secrets started making sense.
Yes, we started talking about like all these family secrets that we never really heard about, like, or knew about. My mom freaked out. She was like, no, there's no way, we can't be related. His mom thought the same thing at first, but like we even got them to talk. Like,
yeah,
they were just amazed. Like, they were like, wow, like they grew up right down the road from each other.
They're second cousins, right? Or first?
They're, I think they're first cousins.
First cousins,
yeah.
First cousins went through the exact same years in high school, right?
I believe so, yeah. They grew up around the same neighborhood and everything.
Yeah. One went to one school and one went to the other, never met.
Never.
They talked for the first time on the phone after we found out we were cousins. It was crazy. It was awesome. And then you met my grandparents.
Yeah. So, before we go on to the grandparents, I just want to say we spent all day doing this. Mm-hmm. Like, we tried to trace back. So first off, I was showing it on the screen, like we were tracing it back little by little. We even had to do it over and over again. We're like, no, let's do it again. And we traced it back again. And we're like, there's just something that's got to be missing or something. My mom made me say it like at least 5 or 6 times, like, okay, walk me through who he's exactly related from. It was just nuts. Then we set up a day where I met Daniel's grandparents, which, in case you guys don't know down the line, his grandpa is my first cousin. Yeah, he's my first cousin.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's my first cousin, and which is so odd to me because he's just so much older. Mm-hmm. But he knew people that I knew, and we were at the same place, but never even met or talked to each other. And it was the wildest thing. It was like, oh my God, how do you know this person? Like, this is nuts. I mean, he knew things I never even told anyone, or that our family never said to anybody. So it was just nuts. Like, it's just, my mind still gets blown away by it all the time. And for a while there, we just kept getting used to calling each other cousins because, like, we joked about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Before we even found out we were related, we joked about it. We were like, oh yeah, that'd be so funny if we were related, you know? Oh my! And there was one time I told Daniel, I was like, you sort of look like my uncle. Like, you have, like, some similar features. And then literally we find out that we're related. And I was like, this is so nuts.
It's so crazy. It is actually, it gets crazy even now. Even now. It just, it's kind of surreal. It's weird. It's not weird. It's just, I don't know.
Everybody around us is always like when they find out, like, they know about us being cousins, because everybody's always known us as, like, roommates or, like, friends. So, like, when we do tell them, like, oh, by the way, we forgot to mention we found out we were related. We're third cousins. And then they're like, really? And they're like, holy crap, that's cool. But it's just, like, it's still mind-blowing to some people. Like, they're like, are you sure? Like, some people are like, are you sure? And it's like, we are. Like, we got the DNA sample and everything. Like, it's legit. So it still blows my mind to this day. But no, a lot of things have changed since the last time. Overall, we are so much happier. I'm okay with talking about it, but I'm not going to go into detail about it. I am now single. So that means we are moving. We're getting a new house. Or not really a new house, but like an apartment. So podcast backgrounds are going to be a little bit better looking.
Yeah, hopefully. We're in a tight space right now.
Yeah, just a little bit, but I mean, you know.
But we're good. We actually went to Walmart tonight so we can get a smaller table. The other table was a lot bigger, and we will be like, our backs will be towards this door. And it wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't work. So we were like, we got to get a new table. Courtney, this is Courtney's idea. I love it. It's great.
It's really cool. We just wanted to kind of, like, spice up Beautifully Nasty just a tad bit. But other than that, everything's basically the same with us. I have went through phases with cutting my hair, growing my hair. You guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. All the girls out there that watch this probably will understand where I'm coming from. Guys, I don't know about you.
Well, I do know that this video marks an important part of my life, because I'm wearing orange for the first time in my life.
Oh, man.
So, it's the first time I ever wore orange. It is the fall, so it makes sense.
Wow.
So.
We are going to have more guests this season. I say season because it's in the holiday season, and that's where we picked up when we started the podcast. I don't know if you realize that. It was right before Halloween, I believe, when we first started this podcast.
I'm going crazy.
So, this season on the podcast, we're going to have more guests. We're going to probably talk about more hot topics that you guys, not the store, but I knew you were going to make a joke about it. I was like waiting. But more hot topics about, like, things that are going on in the world. Nothing too controversial, but, like, just enough to kind of, like, get your mind running a little bit. And also, we have an episode coming soon that I can't wait for, which is the slushy samples. We're going to buy a ton of freaking, what are they called? Is it just slushies, or?
I guess slushy taste test from Sonic. From Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to
sponsor.
We literally need to sponsor.
Well, they have, how many combinations of drinks do they have? Like 6,000 something? Mm-hmm. So we're going to try.
They have like so many.
We're going to try all of them, all 6,000. And it's going to be right on this table. We're going to drink them all. We might get brain freeze.
We got to try to guess the flavors.
We're going to have paramedics on the scene, just in case we get, like, too much sugar and they need to, like...
When he says paramedics, he means a Band-Aid.
Yeah. So we're going to have all 6,000. No, we're going to have, like, maybe 5 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, we're going to get just, like, a good number of them. It's just going to be, like, a blind test taste, except this time, I don't know if you guys seen our Asian video of us trying Asian different types of foods, but it's going to be a little bit more upbeat with that, because we're not going to blindfold ourselves. That was a little crazy. But this time we're actually going to have someone, like one of our friends, buy the slushies, not tell us which one's what, but keep track, and then we're going to test taste them and try to guess the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be dope. It's going to be awesome. Wow, I sound like some kind of millennial trying to fit in. That is so dope, bro. Anyways, but yeah, so anyways, I want to talk about some things that have kind of changed in the world a little bit before we go into anything else, because there's been a lot of stuff that's changed in the world. And one of them being that I made a Kevin Spacey joke on Twitter to somebody that was on with Good Mythical Morning, and then Good Mythical Morning people made a joke of Kevin Spacey, and I got chewed out over that, really?
Yeah. I don't know exactly what episode that was, but I think you talked about this in the podcast before, about you making the Kevin Spacey joke.
I did.
And that the girl that was a part of the crew, I don't think she's a part of them anymore.
I don't think she is either.
She got really offensive, and you just said Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, all they did was tweet Kevin Spacey.
And she went all crazy about it. And
she went nuts.
And I don't know what episode was it, but I think it was more. They made a Kevin Spacey joke, and everyone laughed. Everyone had a good time. And they went crazy over you.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I'm just like, really? Like, and I kept telling Daniel, I was like, watch, they're never going to speak to us. They're never going to notice us. All because I said one thing, which is Kevin. Oh my gosh. I can't even say it. I guess I'm cursed. I'm not supposed to say it. But I find it so funny that I literally got chewed out for that. And now they're joking and laughing about it.
you know, I was kind of like, I was thinking about, you know, if we ever get a few views and we'll be able to get on something like GMM or another podcast or something, I think that'd be great. Mm-hmm. I was thinking, you know, it will never be on GMM because you have to be like a celebrity. Here's the thing. There was like an episode like a couple weeks ago. And they had some YouTuber, I forgot her name, but I didn't know who she was. And they were talking about her. And she was like, yeah, I just started my channel this year.
What?
Yeah. See,
that just goes to show you that, like, anything can happen. Like, anything possible can happen. Yeah. I hate to be, like, all motivational, but, like, that is so cool. Me and Daniel, like, when we do these episodes, like, when we do our podcast, we do them for fun. Like, we enjoy these things. We enjoy just being able to just talk and, like, mess around and, like, you guys watch us and enjoy it. But it would be cool, and it would be a dream of ours to actually meet Rhett and Link. I watch them a lot. Yeah. Daniel watches them way more than I do.
I watch them every day.
Religiously.
I think I've watched them every day since, like, 2013, 2014. Yeah. I've seen them all.
Yeah. I have not. I watch them every once in a while. I kind of get a little bit into everything else. But I watch them, you know, here and there or whatever. And I really enjoy them a lot. Because they're actually the one YouTube channel that, like, they do more than just talk. Like, they actually get involved in the episode, like, more than just those things. Like, they taste the most random things. They try the most random things. I just love that their ideas are authentic. You know what I mean? It's more realistic. But we enjoy it, but we're not, like, trying to get all super crazy, what do you call it, celebrity famous. I mean, if we do, that's cool, but it's not a huge thing right now. People constantly outside, like, at work or, like, what is it, like, when we go places, like, just our friends and stuff, they'll just be like, oh, you got a podcast? Oh, how many likes you got? How many subscribers? And I'm like this number. And they're just like, oh, well, you need to really do something to get more subscribers, man. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I just do this because I love it. I don't do it because I'm trying to get people to do.
Yeah, no. It's fun. I've been doing, like, YouTube stuff for a while, but honestly, this is probably the most fun I've had doing something for, like.
Well, it's just nice to be able to, like, talk to the person. You know what I mean? I feel like when you're by yourself, it's like, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Like, talking to nothing. Yeah. But, like, when you're, like, with someone, you're talking to them. And it makes it so much easier to just keep going. You know what I mean? I recently noticed that a lot of celebrities are getting really big into YouTube.
Will Smith.
Yes, I was going to say that. And even, okay, this sounds nuts. Okay, I'm really almost ashamed to say this, but I watch TikTok, okay? I sit there and I scroll through the videos. I got sucked in, okay? I don't do them. Like, I don't do the TikToks, but I watch them.
I downloaded
Will Smith is on there.
I downloaded TikTok. I scrolled for like 10 minutes and then I deleted it.
I don't know. They're quick videos. I think they're funny sometimes. Some of them are kind of dumb, but for the most part, they're pretty fun to watch. But there's a lot of celebrities on there too. The other day, I just saw Dr. Phil on there. I was like, are you kidding me? Dr. Phil is on TikTok?
Hold up. I'm about to reinstall TikTok.
Yeah,
Dr.
dude.
Phil, it's amazing. He's a living meme, and he is embracing that.
I think the funniest one is Bob Saget. Bob Saget is on there, and he's lip syncing to all the little hip songs or whatever. It is just nuts. It's crazy. I don't understand why it's a thing.
I'm installing TikTok again.
I don't really understand the whole concept of TikTok. I'm not good with the whole recording and all that.
It's the new Vine. You know the new Coke?
Yeah,
It's the new Vine.
The new Coke.
It's new Vine.
Other than that, I mean, everything's really been the same. I mean, I've just been kind of chilling and keeping my own vibe. I've got literally every Apple product now, which is pretty intense and pretty crazy.
Macintosh, Gala, Fuji, Granny Smith.
I don't know about Gala, but
Red Delicious, which are made from lipstick.
Okay, just stop.
All the Apple products.
You know, you came out really southern there when you were like, Gala.
That's what it's called. It's called Gala. It's from the Gala Mountains.
It's Gala, right?
It's from the Gala Mountains.
I could have swore it was like Gala.
Gala.
But I literally just bought a
it comes from Gala Gala.
Gala
Gala Gala.
Gala Island.
Gala Gala Island. Yeah.
What is that? I feel like that's actually a thing.
It's a kids show that's based in Gala Gala Island from the coast of South Carolina.
Oh my gosh. We got to tell them about the great old Smoky Mountain whiskey.
Oh,
Tennessee whiskey moonshine.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So we went to Tennessee. End of story.
Goodbye.
So we went to
I'm just
Tennessee.
kidding.
You got that mug from Tennessee, right?
Sure did.
You got that mug. I didn't get this mug from Tennessee. I got this from outer space. But when we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we went to Pigeon Forge, and we went to
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Beautiful. If you have never been to the Smoky Mountains, I suggest to totally go up to Cades Cove because it was beautiful. And I'm not just talking about go visit like the little cabins and like stuff like that. I mean, actually go look at those trails because if you go and look them up online, like how those trails go to, they're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah. So Cades Cove is in the middle of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And time you drive past that sign that says "Welcome to Great Smoky Mountains National Park," your cell phone service instantly goes to zero.
Yes.
You have no bars.
Yeah.
So be aware.
But it's so good though. Like,
but it was great. It was great. I love not having that. But when we came back, my phone went crazy. Like everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I didn't know that the cell phone service was going to go down.
I didn't either.
And everyone, like my family, was like, "Are you okay? We haven't heard from you in like 4 hours."
So me and Daniel, we kind of came like unprepared, but like to be fair, this was like our first trip like by ourselves, like not with family.
Yeah.
Per se, like other family.
And the furthest we've been, right?
Yeah, it was like the furthest we've been. We got really excited. We were up every morning, like super early, like 6 a.m, trying to get to breakfast and get everything done because most of that stuff is so much more able to like enjoy during the daytime, not the nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Cades Cove was amazing.
It's absolutely beautiful.
They have so many trails. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. We went on a 3-hour trail, round trip 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was great, but the incline, it was like, it hurt. But it was great. It led to a beautiful waterfall, and it was perfect.
I had never seen a waterfall at all.
Yeah.
It was a mind-blowing moment because I know that sounds dumb, but like I'm talking real waterfalls. I'm not talking about like just a creek with like a little, dimpy waterfall. I'm talking like a legit nice waterfall. Mm-hmm. And it was amazing. Me and Daniel, when we were going up it, people were amazingly nice.
Yeah, everyone we went past are like, "Oh, you got 10 minutes left. I hope you have a good journey."
Yeah, they're like, "You're almost there." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Like, people on a hike, I don't know, they're so nice.
I know. And
now, if you want to see a great waterfall, if we go to Kentucky, I can take you to a great...
You've been there? You've been to Kentucky?
I've been to Kentucky.
No, really?
Yes, I have.
Oh my god, how come you never told me this?
I have. I told you. The only reason why I went to Kentucky was to go to Colonel Sanders' Cafe because I liked chicken.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
not anymore. That's another thing.
I think that's a good segue about the chicken. We hate to break it to you, guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
gotta tell them the news.
We are vegetarian now.
Yeah, we've been this way for what, almost 6 months now?
I think about 6 months. Maybe 6 months and a half.
It's been a wild ride, but it's been an awesome ride.
First week was crazy hard, and I was starving. The only thing I was eating was French fries. But I wanted
tater tots
and tater tots, French fries and fried food, basically.
Yeah,
fried starches.
Oh my gosh,
it was crazy. I felt terrible, but after I got the hang of it, and I learned about the meat alternatives, I have a bunch of chicken patties from I think Morningstar in the freezer right now.
It's amazing.
It tastes like chicken, so why not?
Like both my okay, so my biological father, he calls me, he's like, hey, I'm in the hospital, just had a heart attack. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, so there was that. And then like last year, I believe it was like the end of last year, my stepdad, which he's basically my real dad, honestly. He's more of my real dad than anybody in my life. But anyways, just to get technical there, so you're not thrown off. But he had an heart attack. God, why am I like stuttering there? He had a heart attack, and it really kind of opened my eyes when they both had the heart attack, because I was like, oh no, my health could decrease really bad. Mm-hmm. And seeing them go through that, they were telling me, oh, well, our doctor said, like, hey, we got to cut back on some meat there, guys. Like, got to cut back on the red meat. Got to start eating more veggies. Got to start eating more fruits. And when I heard them both talking about it, I said, you know what? I know this isn't the best way to do it, but maybe we need to do this for the better. For the health-wise. Like, not necessarily just for animals, which is a plus now, because I'm really happy about it now. But health-wise, it was very, very smart.
I know my granddad has heart problems, and my mom has heart problems. And that's a part of your family, too. Yeah. So it all runs in the family. And I'm like, I got to do something. And I did a lot. Whenever I do something like that, it's a major health change, I do a lot of research before I do
He researches everything.
I don't want to kill myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did so much research, and I realized that cutting out red meat actually does increase your health. Mm-hmm. Like increases it decreases what is it? I forgot what it's called, but it blocks like arteries in your heart. But what's that called?
I don't know. See, I don't know.
Cholesterol.
Oh, yeah.
It lowers your cholesterol. Like bad cholesterol, not good.
Well, I mean, in general, like even before I became a vegetarian, the whole big aspect of eating meat was that you ate chicken. Chicken was healthier for you, and red meat was not. Red meat was supposed to be like a rare occasion type thing. Yeah. It wasn't something you're supposed to eat on a regular day basis. Honestly, if you ate red meat more than like twice a week, you weren't doing too well.
Yeah, I think as a USDA or U.S. Heart Health Association or something, they recommend not eating more than like 2 or 3 steaks a week.
Yeah, it's a very scary thing because people don't realize like red meat, what it actually does to your body. I just, the only thing I know personally is that it's really not good for you. And I know someone that recently, that was what they ate almost every day because at their job, that's what they offered. And it's not good for you at all. It can, like he said, it can clog a lot of things inside. So overall, we decided to make the change. And like he said, the first week, it was crazy.
I started slow. You kind of went cold turkey.
I did.
No pun intended. But I started slowly. I cut out red meat and I kept eating chicken.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
I didn't really notice much of a change. But after like a month of being vegetarian, it was like a complete 180. I felt absolutely amazing.
Like, okay, so I don't
think it's placebo because I still feel that way now.
If you go and cut out the meat and you go and like start eating like not even just like, I don't want to say that I don't eat veggies. Sorry, my nose, like I just got my septum pierced like not that long ago, re-pierced. But anyways, no, like as soon as you switch over to eating plant-based items and stuff, it is like you're no longer sluggish. You can actually function. You're not as tired throughout the day.
Less brain fog.
It's like whatever I know this sounds like dumb, but I almost think that it could be like the things that are contaminating the meat that they would put into it, or like whatever they used to like, just put inside of meat. Because like if you realize a lot of like processed foods are injected with things that we aren't supposed to have. Mm-hmm. But they give it to us so that we want more, or like that it does things to us or things like that. But all I know is when we stopped doing that, oh my gosh, it was like you just felt like you were alive again. Like you weren't sluggish. You just weren't slow. You didn't feel as tired. You could actually get up and go. It was amazing.
And we take full responsibility to the new plant-based movement because we started being vegetarian. And then Burger King started doing their Impossible Whopper.
It's so true.
And KFC started doing their chicken. And now Dunkin' Donut.
Yes.
So we claim full responsibility.
It was so nuts. It's like as soon as we like turned over, it didn't happen though.
The world just held our hand, basically.
Yeah. Oh, we got excited. Yeah. We were so excited anytime like something new happened. We were like, oh my gosh, they just switched over to a plant-based patty. And it was so nuts because me and Daniel... like we had just started, and like we have friends. Most of our friends are like they're vegan or they're vegetarian, or there's very few of them that aren't, but most of them are. And it's so funny because they're so used to it, so they're just like, yeah, mm-hmm. And we're just like, no, you don't understand. It's over there.
Look, I went to Burger King the day.
Oh my God, he bought so many of these.
The day of Impossible Whopper launch, I went there. I waited like 20 minutes. And I got it. I ate it. I loved it.
Sound like you just got an iPad.
I was excited about that. I got it. I ate it. I liked it. Guess what I did? I drove back to the freaking to the drive-thru, and I got it again, and I kept it in a freezer.
He was eating it for like there was like a week where he was eating like a bunch of them, and I was just
had 3 in one day.
How many times did you eat?
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but especially like Thanksgiving, or if you're eating a bunch of meat, a bunch of food, you feel like, oh, I just want to go to bed. Like I know every single time I go out to eat with my grandparents,
I feel like you're gonna go into a coma.
They're like, oh God, I want to go to bed. But I'm here eating like a bunch of like veggies and stuff. I'm fine. I'm energized. Let's go. Let's eat some more.
And the thing is now, like some people are one of our friends, our closest friends. I think Bradley's asked us this before, but. He asked us, he's like, do you ever crave meat anymore? And honestly, like, I really don't anymore.
I don't, but the smell of chicken still gets me. I love the smell of chicken. The smell of chicken is so good. I kind of want chicken every time I smell it, but
I like the smell of
I don't
ribs.
crave it. I like the smell of ribs.
I don't know why. Like, the smell is good. I don't mind if I don't have it. I'm good, but like, I don't know. The smell is just so nice.
The first week or two, I had nasty cravings.
It was
really
it was
bad.
intense for for a good week. I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do this without this chicken. But like once you get over it, and like once you find like substitutes, you can really go anywhere with all that. Like there's no ending it. Like there's so many different ways to make things to where you don't even notice that you're not even eating meat. Like, it's intense. It's crazy. But I love my life. I do. I love my lifestyle. I feel healthier. I feel more energetic, more, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, just happier overall. Got into taking vitamins now. That has really helped out so tremendously because I'm not as tired.
We found out that vegetarians lack a lot of B12 and vitamin D. So we take supplements for that. There's a lot of foods that we eat that have that. Mm-hmm. We just don't get... the 100% mark all the time. It's
really funny though because I couldn't switch over straight to vegan at the time. I was like, nope, not gonna do it because cheese is my favorite. And like a lot of people would be like, how are you vegetarian but you're eating like eggs or like you're eating like cheese or things like that? And I was like, well, vegetarian and vegan are two different things. Like Vegan is like completely like you don't eat anything that comes from the animal. You don't eat the animal.
Like no animal products, no lotions that use animal testing, which I fully understand. In fact, being vegetarian, I think is a gateway drug to being vegan.
Honestly,
because I don't know if you feel this way, but I have a little bit more compassion. I mean, I've always loved animals to death.
Yes, yeah.
But I feel like I have more compassion for animals now.
Yeah.
I consciously look for things that have no animal testing.
Like you almost find yourself getting excited for that.
I did switch to almond milk, and I did switch to Veganese mayonnaise, and I cut back on cheese and a lot of dairy products. I feel like I'm like 85 and 90% vegan, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think at most, like, I probably eat more cheese than anything.
I eat cheese. I eat cheese and
milk,
honey.
I don't really eat milk because milk really messes me up inside anyways. And I personally feel like milk really wasn't made for humans to really consume.
I mean, just think about it. Just imagine a human drinking milk straight from a cow. Just put that in your mind.
I don't know. I just feel like it's not something that we should be consuming. It's not very good for us. People like to say, "Oh yeah, it's good for your bones." That's all a lie. I don't believe in all that. But with that being said, I don't really drink that much anyways because I am like semi-lactose intolerant with it. So I don't really eat like stuff like that. Like the only thing is like cheese. That's about it.
Yeah, I think cheese for me is about it.
Cheese will be the hardest thing I ever have to give up. I don't like eggs. So.
I've had some good vegan cheese, though.
Really?
Like Ultimate California Pizza. They have a vegan cheese pizza that, honestly, to me, tastes better than actual cheese.
Really?
It's so creamy and, like, one of our friends from work, Brendan, shout out, he let me have, like, a slice of vegan cheese pizza, and it was so good, vegan pizza. Vegan cheese pizza. It was so good. I haven't had it since. I kind of want it.
Honestly, so we're at that time of year now in Myrtle Beach where it's getting really, really dead. It's getting so slow. They're doing a lot of like renovations and stuff like that around where we work and stuff, and just around the whole town, really. Like I think they're like upping a lot of like bigger places. They're gonna make like whole new like little sections of like stores and things like that. With it getting like so dead around here, me and Daniel are like having more and more time to like really think of ideas for our podcast, for like future times, like because we're talking about like traveling and stuff a lot more. Ever since we went to Tennessee, we didn't want to stop. Daniel has been traveling for like a lot, like most of the year, I would say.
I feel like honestly, I could talk about this for a long time. But I'll just keep it short. January, I went the furthest I probably would ever go in my entire life. I went to China. I went to Asia. I went to the opposite end of the world. It was so surreal.
Honestly, I didn't think that was going to go all the way through.
Really?
I was like, I feel like he's going to cave because he's going to get nervous. And you did it. And I was like, oh my gosh, he did it.
And I went,
like, holy crap.
So I'm gonna keep the story short, because we're almost an hour now.
Oh really?
But I'm gonna keep it really short. So I flew. My initial flight pattern was Myrtle Beach to Atlanta to Seoul, South Korea, Seoul to Beijing to Nanjing, and Nanjing is where I'll primarily be. When we were flying over Canada, the pilot got sick. Okay, first of all, this is my first time flying.
Yeah, he had never flew before.
This is my first time flying. I was really nervous and probably the most scared I've ever been. But as we're flying over Canada, the pilot got sick. I don't know what happened really, but we had to turn around, go to Detroit. I stayed there for like 2 hours trying to figure out flight patterns and
when was this exactly? Like what month?
January. It was 12th or 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th.
Now I just want to mention while this is going on, at the same time that he's in China, like traveling to China, I was in Tennessee away on like a business trip, like for work.
Yeah.
And like, so I thought it was funny because I don't like to fly. So that was me going to Tennessee was like, I think my second flight I ever did. And like I had to do it by myself too. And so I was traveling for business, like work, and he's over here traveling at the same time to like a whole nother country. Yeah. I just thought it was so crazy.
Well, like, okay, so we're at Detroit, and I was trying to figure out how to go. So I called Delta. Shout out to Delta. Holy crap, they're amazing. I'll always fly with them. Not a sponsor, but they are great.
I would beg to differ at that point because there's a lot of people talking bad about them.
I don't care. Like, my personal experience with Delta is amazing. I'll always fly with, even though they're a little bit more expensive than Spirit. I'll fly with Delta all day. But they turned around. We went to Detroit, and then we flew to Beijing. Okay, so we landed at Beijing, and I had like my jacket. I don't know where my jacket is, but I wore my jacket, and I had some thermals underneath. But here's the thing: I'm a Southern guy. I'm a Southern boy. I've never been to the North.
Southern boy.
I think the coldest I've ever experienced, would you say like 30 degrees? 40 degrees?
About 30.
I went to the north of China, Beijing. We stepped out the airplane. Holy crap.
Was it that cold?
It was colder than the freezer in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
It was cold. And you had the wind from the turbines blowing. Holy crap. But the good part about it was we went off the plane and we packed into this tram like sardines, and there was like all these bodies like huddled up together, and it was warm, and that felt so great. But I was like literally me to this mic. I was right next to somebody like face to face. It was like that.
That's crazy.
It was like that, and
I feel like that would just be like the worst for claustrophobia.
I have claustrophobia. I have claustrophobia, but. That didn't. It got me a little bit, but not really. My mind was set on getting to where I wanted to go. When I have something in my mind, I really don't think about that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, went to Beijing. Then from Beijing, I flew domestically. Their domestic planes are pretty cool, but their planes are a little.
As long as there was no domestic violence, that's all that matters.
the planes are a little old, but whatever. I had a good time. Went from Beijing to Nanjing, and this is the biggest city I've ever been in. It is about 10 million shy of the population of New York, so it's pretty darn big. And there's a giant purple mountain. It was beautiful. I stepped out
Here in America, we only have like white and gray.
Yeah.
And he goes there and it's all purple.
Yeah. And I step out the airplane. Went to the subway, it was a high-speed tram which went like 300 miles per hour.
Oh, man.
Then we went to the heart of the city, and it was underground. I walked up the stairs, and it was nighttime. I saw like the city lights.
Oh, and I bet that was pretty.
And it was nighttime, and they still had their Christmas decorations up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is like early January.
Yeah. That's
everybody.
Right.
I've learned something. Everybody around the world is lazy. So,
they didn't want to take theirs down either. They're like, the Americans, they didn't do it, so let's not do it.
I did experience being in a minority, which is a good experience. I feel like...
I think everybody should go through something like that, though.
Yeah.
I really do.
Not in like the political sense, but in like everyone is different from you. Like you are the most different than anybody else.
Yeah.
And I was the entire trip there. I was the only white guy I've seen the entire time. The only white person I saw.
How does it feel?
It felt. I understand. Like it felt.
Helps you kind of understand from their perspective, though.
I felt alone a little bit. I felt alone.
Yeah.
Because I was in my hotel and I realized there's nobody here. There was somebody there I knew. But there's nobody that looked anything like me. And I'm in my hotel. I'm like, this is the furthest I'll ever be from home. I'm like thousands of miles away. And I was like, holy crap. It finally hit me. And I'm like, holy crap. And I found out a way to call my family. And this was like...
shock, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I experienced culture shock. I think when it really hit me was when I went to the Confucius Temple, and everybody was staring at me. Like, who's this white guy at the Confucius Temple? But they were getting ready for Chinese New Year. And I wish I stayed a little bit longer for Chinese New Year.
That would have been kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
You should have, like, vlogged it while you were there. That would have been kind of dope.
Yeah.
He not only went to China, but then, like, when he got back... Where did you go when you got back? I forgot. You said, like, you went somewhere else.
I don't remember.
He traveled, like, for, like, most of the year. Like, let's see. You went to... Oh, he went up to Colombia, which was only, like, an hour. But, like, still, like, he went up to Colombia... We went to Tennessee, and then afterwards, once we went to Tennessee, we had, like, this adrenaline rush of, like, oh my gosh, we can't not travel anymore. We got to do some more. So, we kept talking about things that we had never done, and I had never been to a lighthouse. So, we went and visited 2 lighthouses, because apparently, in North Carolina, there are 2 lighthouses here. Which, technically, there's 3, right?
I think there's more than that.
That one's, like, way further, though.
I think there's a lot of lighthouses, but there's, like, only 3 or 4 that people really go to.
I just want to say, we went to this one that was on an island, and it was so secluded there. It was called Bald Head Island, right?
Yeah, the whole island is
so secluded.
One road, which is like 30 miles, I think.
Mm-hmm.
One road, 30 miles, and then there's like offshoots of roads that go to like private homes and condos and whatever. And then...
But there's, like, a whole other side to the island that's uninhabited.
Yeah. There's, like... So, you got this whole road. Over here is, like, the markets and the yachts and all that stuff. Over here is, like, residential and boating and stuff like that.
It was
everything
amazing.
Above that is, like, just marsh.
Like, it's so secluded to the point that they don't even have barely any vehicles on that island.
There was not one car.
Yeah, there was, like, I think I saw, like, a truck, like a work truck, but that was it.
Yeah.
And then the rest was, like, off of trams and, like, golf carts, and then you got around by a bike. I mean, I saw a cop on a bike.
Yeah. We probably could have, I think we rode the entire island.
I think we did, too, as well.
I think we rode the entire island. That's how small it is, because, we don't know if we did, but we think we did.
Yeah, it was very, very tiny. I thought it was crazy because... The weirdest thing was there was only, like, 2 restaurants. And on top of that, me and Daniel rode around, like, to where this, like, little church was. And they didn't even lock up the church around close to dark. It was just, like, there, open. And inside, they were like, oh, if you'd like to buy these postcards here, just leave the money inside the envelope. And I was just like, there's no one here. You could just come in here and steal this money. Like,
we're setting up these people for people to rob them.
Right? I'm just saying, I just thought it was, like, very weird. Like, I just thought that was so strange. But because they all live right in
and they all trust
the same
each other.
Community, yeah, they don't want to, like, they don't think to, like, steal or anything.
Yeah. And there's no cameras in there either. We really setting them up for them to get robbed.
Right? Hey, just go, there.
The place is on Bald Head Island. The church is called... I forgot the name of the church.
I don't remember either.
But that's the name of the island.
Daniel was getting freaked out when we got up to the top of the lighthouse, though. He was going like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can get all the way up here.
I have a huge phobia of heights. And it was really tall. And we went to the very top, and I was, like, shaking. But but once I got used to it, I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is really cool.
He was a little nervous, and he was, like, climbing up the ladder, and I was like, Daniel... It's okay. If you fall, I can catch you. You're very tiny. It's all right. And he just, like, kept going. And he got up to the top, and he's like, this is amazing. And I'm like, see?
It's so cool. And you look down, and there's, like, the church, like peeking out from the top of the trees, and it's so cool.
Yeah, it was a really good trip. But we want to do more traveling. We want to go to, like, the Grand Canyon. That's always been a big thing of mine. We've talked about going so many different places. I think the biggest thing that I have to say before we end this is when we went to Tennessee, we went and tried the Moonshine.
Yeah, I tricked you.
Daniel tricked me. He was like, listen, because we had gotten done. We were tired from the hike. We were like, you know what? Let's go out, explore around town a little bit, and then we'll head back to the hotel before we have to leave the next morning. And he was like, I found this place. You can pay like $5. You can sample a ton of moonshine, and it's great. And I was like, okay, cool. We get there. They have like these little half shots, right? Aren't they like little half shots?
Yeah, like half shots, yeah.
And you just pay $5, and it's like a whole round of people just standing around this huge counter. And like he gave it to the guy. He's like, don't worry, I got this for you. all right, Court. And I was like, okay. Which I knew something was up then because I was like, I gotta usually pay for mine.
Every time I buy you something, it's usually there's a trick involved.
There's a setup, yeah.
Yeah. And
like he gives it to the guy, and the guy turns around and he's like, "All right, guys, we're gonna do 16 different shots of moonshine." And I'm just like, "Wait a minute, what, Daniel? What are we doing?"
Yeah, we saw the lineup of bottles, and he poured one. And we took it. He poured another, and we took it. And I noticed that he's going through the line, and I counted the bottles as like 16.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap.
And like I looked over at Daniel like at the beginning, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do all these because what if I don't like them, like some of them. And Daniel was like, oh, don't worry, I'll drink it for you. And I was like, okay, cool, that's all right, because he can drink anything.
And guess what the guy says?
The guy turns right back around and he says, you can't share your drinks with any of your friends or family. All right, everyone? And I was just like, are you kidding me? And he gave us like the strongest one first.
Yeah, the first one was called like Blue Diesel or
something like that. Blue Diesel, I think.
Blue Diesel. And I think it's because it tastes exactly like gasoline.
Oh, man.
Like it tasted like, it's called Blue Flame, right?
Yes, Blue Flame. Yeah, it was Blue Flame.
Blue Flame. And it tastes like if you had like a big lighter and you like sucked it, that's what it tastes like.
The alcohol count on that was a lot larger than the rest. The other ones were just so low. And I'll tell you what, they know what they're doing because by the end of that thing, me and Daniel found one that we liked and we're like, we're getting it and we're leaving.
Yeah, we fell into the trap. We fell into the trap.
We each bought like a bottle.
We fell into the trap. It was good though. It was good.
It was very fun. And then we walked like the whole rest of the way. We're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do all this. But we made so many bad decisions because we were like, oh, the next day we'll go to Nashville. Went there, biggest city of the world. Oh my God. Not even biggest city of the world, but biggest city in my world. That was intense. I never want to go back. No offense, Nashville, but I'm not going back. I'll stay out here in the little country, okay?
Well, we ended up in a protest.
Yeah, we didn't even know we were in it.
Yeah.
Until Daniel looked it up and was like, oh my gosh, we're on like national.
Courtney was driving, and I saw this guy with, like, he was standing up from the sunroof or something. He had like some kind of flag over him.
I was like, why is he wearing that?
He had some kind of flag over him. I didn't know what it was. Man, I forgot what it was.
It was like an Indian type flag or like
no, it started with a K. It's like,
I'm not sure.
I forgot what it was, but he had like a flag. I don't remember what it looked like.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, what? And we saw another guy, and we saw another one. I'm like, Courtney, I think
they were all honking at each other and everything.
I'm like, Courtney, I think there may be a protest or something.
I was too busy being anxious, like with the amount of traffic around us.
And then you turn a corner to like the main street of Nashville with all these like everything going on.
Yeah, like literally people hanging from buses and
like the Bourbon Street of New Orleans.
It was like as if Myrtle Beach actually got popular again. Like it was nuts.
Yeah, it was. There were
all on one street.
hundreds of people with the same flag. Hundreds of people. It was a against Trump thing. That's all I know.
Yeah, because I remember seeing signs.
Yeah, and it was tons of people. And my first instinct was, we're going to get shot.
And yeah, Daniel didn't want to tell me while we were like driving through it because I was already anxious.
I was really nervous. I can tell she was nervous too, but I was really nervous. And I didn't tell her until we ended the whole thing. I'm like, Courtney, I was really nervous, and I'll tell you why I was. Because the entire time, I was like, this is a prime spot for people to get shot or an explosion or something.
When we were down that road, like, we're all, like, the drinking and, like, there was a bunch of party stuff down there. When we were down that road...
I think Blake Shelton was there, too. I'm kidding. No.
It seemed like it, though. Because I kept hearing it.
There was a lot of people.
Daniel was like, at one point, Daniel sees like this dude walking across the road, and he's like, "Are your doors locked?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I tried to say it in the most calm way, so I went like
the guy.
Yeah. Like, are your doors locked?
We literally showed up there, stayed an hour, and then turned around and drove back.
We didn't get out the car.
We went to a whole nother time zone. We went nuts about that.
But if we didn't go to Nashville, we wouldn't have gone to the best fast food place of all time.
Del Taco.
We went to Del Taco, and it was the first time we ever went to Del Taco. Us being vegetarians, we got the Beyond Beef burrito. Well, I got the burrito. You got the burrito too, right?
No, I got the tacos.
You got the taco. Holy
Best
crap.
tacos ever.
Yeah. There's one bad thing about Del Taco. Every time you eat Taco Bell, you're always comparing it to Del Taco. It's so good.
I hate to say this, but like Taco Bell compared to Del Taco is so sloppy and just so like mush. Like I feel like Del Taco. Wow.
Hostel Gato.
Del Taco was one, cheaper, and two, it tasted so much better, and it was even looking better. Like, oh my gosh.
Now, don't get me wrong, Taco Bell is good, but Del Taco.
It was amazing.
It's like it tastes homemade. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a new thing.
I just love that they had a vegan option, like a vegetarian option.
Whole menu.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Menu. Yeah, I think it was like 6 or 7 menu items.
I couldn't believe it. It was the best moment of my life. Like, I wish they had one here. I really do.
I rate Del Taco 10 tacos out of 10.
Wow. That's big.
And I'll eat them all.
Well, anyways, guys, it's pretty much getting to that time. We have so much more we could talk about. But, as we always say, stay beautifully and stay nasty because we are beautifully nasty. So, we love you. And we hope you stay tuned. And we hope you like this video. And we hope you also subscribe if you're not already subscribed to our beautiful, nasty channel. So, you have anything you want to say before we have to go, Daniel?
Yes.
What?
Always remember to okay. So, get a mason jar and get some flowers and put some lights in it and put it in the middle of, like, your table. And you will thank me because it looks great. I love it.
Anyways, guys, leave us a comment down below on anything you want to hear from our podcast because we are now back up and running. We are actually bringing up some merch of our own here soon. We're just testing out some new stuff. I just got a t-shirt of my own made with Beautifully Nasty on it. But we're still in the works. So let us know if you have any suggestions or tips to help us out. And like I said, stay tuned, guys. Bye.
Bye.